try again. Hey, Miss Kathy, how far did we get? All right, James Kaufman, World News Report today. Take two. Guys, how far did we get before they hit the lever on the last one? Were we on to the USGS map yet? Y'all let me know. I'll wait for y'all's word. I thought we're already moving up to Mount Spur and Mount Hayes here near Anchorage, or if we were, oh Lord. All right, well, so I guess y'all saw enough of the other map. Way to go, Jerome. Okay. I'm kidding. So I told y'all about the swarm over Mount Spur and Hayes around Anchorage, Alaska, and the fact that, well, how famous Mount Spur and Hayes are. They've both erupted 3 times in 30 years, and I think they're going on number 4. We have Mount Spur awakening. Mount Hayes is a little bit more famous, with Pat Price, the remote viewer, dying 3 days after he viewed aliens working with U.S. troops in the volcano itself, supposedly. It looks like a legitimate story, but I'll let y'all I'll let y'all determine that. Now, we're going to go into, of course, Mount Rainier. Mount Rainier. It is crazy. They're so on top of each other, you would think it was one earthquake. And look how many earthquakes there are. Look at this. All on the very crest or fissure. All the very crest or fissure of Mount Rainier, guys. I'm so surprised not to see anything happening at Mount St. Helens, Mount Adams, Glacier Peak, Mount Hood. Very strange. See if we can get a number here. We did see this one, 2.7 kilometers above sea level, about 8,400 feet, but the mountain peaks out at about 14,400 feet. So still it's 4,000 feet below the peak of the mountain here. And all these are up in the caldera. You can see the negatives here. Negatives, that's above sea level. It's all based on sea level. And some of them are further down. If we saw a negative 3.4, that would bring us to the top of that mountain, and we'd be much more worried, right? Much more worried. I don't know what's going on in Mount Rainier. The USGS said that it's just water boiling over. I said, well, how does water work out on top of magma, wouldn't that create instant steam? So they're trying not to have anyone worry, but Seattle is right here, and hey, I'm worried. That's St. Helens, that's Adams, that's Hood there, and for very good reason, we should be worried. We should be worried. Oh, do they? Yeah. Again, the highest swarm out of the swarm we've seen is 8,400 feet. The mountain's 14,400 feet. I looked it all up in front of y'all yesterday, day before. So we did our own, But most of them are much further into the caldera, into the volcano than that, right? All right, so we've got what was that? A little something going over here in Yellowstone, a 1.0 at 1.9, very shallow there. Probably Yellowstone related. I'm in Montana, nothing here. This is Craters of the Moon down here. Snake River caldera right through here. Got a couple of decent size, 1.3. Nothing really to be worried about. We just, as y'all were gone, had this new quake here on the Juan de Fuca plate, the one that's being pushed under or subsiding under the North American plate. And that's all the earthquakes we saw earlier on the Canadian map. You'll see that we can't see any earthquakes in Canada here. They don't release them. Wild stuff. This is Cobb Mountain here. This is the world's biggest geothermal plant. It was actually the world's second largest geothermal plant. It was, look at that, I got y'all. It was the world's second largest geothermal plant before the largest geothermal plant melted, and it melted over in Iceland when the Reykjanes volcano went off thoroughly. Now, this is Mount Cobb. It's owned by Calpine Energy. 19 holes drilled into Cobb Mountain, part of what we call the Clear Lake Volcanic Range. And this is the city of Clear Lake. This is the lake surrounded by volcanoes. And this is where they don't have to drill very far to get to the steam to turn the turbines. They create more energy here than almost all the rivers and dams in the U.S. combined. Now I'm going to let everyone guess how many, we're going to include these two, how many earthquakes have gone off on the Calpine geothermal unit. We won't ask you what you'd work there for, but I don't think I'd want to work there anymore. Life's too short, right? There are a lot of people that work there, and sometimes they have to deal with a volcano every 8 to 12 minutes. I've seen as many as 87 volcanoes in one day. So, what are we dealing with now? 60. We're dealing with 60. And that does include these two here. So we could say 58 at the facility itself. I'm going to kind of breeze over this real quick. All right, this might be a problem here. And it's not, thank God. This is Wawa Springs, the largest shield volcano in our solar system. Not the largest volcano. That's going to be on Mars. Second largest one is none of these. The one over in, there's a couple larger than this or Yellowstone. And, oh God, it looks like we have a big quake here. A 4.3 came in as a 5. And if y'all want to get technical, this is one of 5 places. See, the plate boundary here, North American Pacific plate boundary, it breaks off. When it starts to swarm there, look at that swarm. You're starting to see a connection. 116 right here. Let's get a little bit tighter in. 80. And the plate ends there and starts there. It's a Salton Sea. This is connected either the Pacific or Sea of Cortez. They call it the, I guess, the California Gulf or California, some new bullshit name. And what we're seeing here is this is swarming because this plate doesn't connect, and it's got to soon. This is only one of 5 or 6 places in the whole Western Hemisphere where the plate, North American Pacific plate, y'all might call it the San Andreas if y'all are big Grand Theft Auto players. It's one of the 5 or 6 places in the whole Western Hemisphere that the plates don't connect. There's 200 or 300 places in the Eastern Hemisphere where the plates don't connect. All right, these are all fracking. I'm drilling. This is Mitchell. I own property in all these counties. Own minerals. We're drilling the hell out of these counties. Luckily, there's nothing but tumbleweeds and dirt out there. No grass can grow. So, although they are ruining the water table, nothing can grow out there anyway. This is fracking here, fracking up in Kansas. This is a New Madrid quake right there. You can see the New Madrid if you look closely. Tipton, Tennessee is the heart of the New Madrid at 2.2, 6.9 kilometers. And we'll just talk about Puerto Rico. They say it's not a volcano, but up into the top, and it is. Right, everything in red is an ongoing wildfire in Canada. So it is heating up. I want y'all to remember down here near Saskatchewan and Manitoba here, because in Alberta, this is all moving into the Central Plains here. Northwest Territory, we have a huge fire up here. In Quebec also. We will kind of compare that to what's going on in the U.S. Very, very well compared to usual. 12,000 acres, 30% contained there. And that's going to be in Nevada. 15,000 acres here. It's going to be in Nevada also. 6-7% contained. 34,000 acres, almost completely contained. Regularly, see this Wawa Springs here? Will usually have fires all the way around it in a circle, and we're starting to get that way. It's not August yet, so we still have some time. 80 acres, 83% contained. We'll continue here. We took care of that one in Nevada, and then we'll kind of look on the coast here. 4,000 acres, 0% contained, not good. 200 acres, none contained. 2,500 acres, none contained. 2,500 acres, none contained. Bad news in Oregon. 4,400 acres, 0% contained. Starting to light up. Now we have a fire warning in Washington. Right on top of what? Well, this is going to be, that's Rainier right there, right north. This is going to be 2,500 acres, almost contained. 1,900 acres contained. 1,500 acres contained. 700 acres contained. 5,600 acres non-contained. The yellow is not a red flag, it's a fire warning. And we're going to have 3,300 acres, 0 contained. And that's Mount Rainier right there. and that's over Mount Olympic, 440 acres, 0% contained. Now, you can zoom out. They're actually covering fires. I can. Wow. Look up in Alaska. Wow. 30,000 acres. There's a lot of them in there. These are big fires, guys. 30,000 acres, 17% contained. It's going to be actually 2 of them here. 25,000 acres, 0% contained. 25,000 acres, 0% contained. 15,000 acres. It's a lot of burning. 23,000 acres, 0% contained. Really not part of the volcanic ridge here. Really outside of it, 0% contained. 6,000 acres, 0% contained. We have 3 more fires here. 4,000 acres. Let's see if we can get. Well, they're all reading the same thing. 334 acres contained. So everything else you see here is another fire, just not being monitored. You can see all the fires in Canada here, and I'll show you how those work out. Alright, everything you'll see here with a big flame is 440 hectares or 1,000 acres or more. So y'all can see that most of Canada and Alaska and the Northwest Territory, which is part of Canada, is on fire. And we have a lot of fires around Walnut Springs. This is from our GOES satellite looking down. And to make this size, I'll show y'all. They have to be 404 acres or 404 hectares or 1,000 acres, and we're doing 24 hours here. All right. So lots of fire everywhere. Same satellite, Landsat. These red lines here are Landsat. You can see them barely if you look hard enough. But the rest of this is coming from GOES. This is South Sudan, where we're dropping off all the customers whose home countries won't take them. I personally believe it's epic. I think they should put them out just like the Army men make their first drop. Suit them up and put them on that line that pulls their chute for them and just push them out of the back of the plane with, a thing of water. That's about it. Can of tuna. I'm not trying to be a jackass, but you know what? If I went into North Korea, they would feed me to dogs. If I went into just about anywhere, I'd be fed to the dogs. China, dogs. If I get caught in just about anywhere without the right paperwork, I'd be in a lot more trouble. Here, at least, there's great wildlife to look at. If you can look behind you while you're running, I think it serves them all right. If their own country won't take them back, why do we want them? Right? Alright, we got some super bad air coming up from the wildfires up here. Super bad. And down Denver way, look at this. Hidden 400. Look at that. Off the freaking charts. What is going on in Denver? I don't know. But it's just about deadly, whatever you're breathing in. PM 2.5 is the deadliest particulate or air pollutant known to man. And everything in red and purple and maroon, even worse, is deadly, deadly. Just 10, not 410. 10 particulates per meter cubed means 30% chance of increase in chance of lung cancer. That's 203 particulates of PM 2.5 per meter squared. So you can get a good feeling. If 10 increases your lung cancer percentage by 36%, well, what does 228 do? And what the hell is happening in Denver, Colorado? It's happening everywhere there. You can see that all of the indicators are going off. See the T on that? That's a mobile unit. And it's off the hook. They moved it in there for a reason. Something's happening in Denver that we don't know about. It's been moved in there for a reason. I will say that the air quality is worse and sucky there. It sucks throughout always. The valley here, really bad in the North Valley where the fires are. Throughout the whole U.S. is some of the worst air quality I have ever seen. Up the East Coast, just as bad. Not all the way to the Atlantic, but damn near close to it. And up in Michigan, up in Minnesota, it looks like shit. Up in North Dakota, it looks terrible. Really, really bad air quality. All right, this is the same map, and you can see it's all been caused by these fires and also these volcanoes erupting and the wind picking up the PM 2.5 and bringing it throughout the eastern part of the U.S. You can see it here. I will put this in motion, and then the fires bringing it south into the central plains of the U.S. Right? So it's pretty easy once you realize there's only 3 or 4 things that causes PM 2.5, the deadliest particulate known to man, and we're looking at 2 of them, volcanoes from here all the way down to Ecuador, and then we're looking at wildfires, forest fires, and these are actually volcanoes, those 2 islands there, and they're actually spewing PM 2.5. What I don't see here, and I'm happy I don't see it, we don't see particulates, PM 2.5, coming from Mount Rainier here. Now remember, 10 increases your lung cancer percentage by 36%, and we're talking about much higher levels here. And the East Coast has got much higher base level. Alright, we're getting through it. I just wanted to show you what's happening here. We have a front coming through again. We do. So you can see here, they're actually juicing up the storms. This is weather manipulation. You can tell by the brown byproduct of the sodium iodide. That's what that is. And you can see it here too. Irregular lightning. This is all, look. See the brown? That's the byproduct. See the black? That's how it looks before on radar. That's how it looks before the thunderstorm gets over it. Irregular lightning's a dead giveaway. Black here on the back side. See the black here? On the back side we see brown, kind of like it's poo-pooing it out, right? And the same thing happening in here. See the brown here? I'll show you in a second. Now there's black under here, the sodium oxide, but watch here. See the brown? It's the byproduct. So they're manipulating the clouds. We have supercells just about everywhere. Well, those are gone now. I will go over our forecast today. I guess we're through it. We don't have to worry about that for July 11th. Got 10 more minutes. We did see some tornadoes. I will show y'all. Tomorrow we have tornado activity possible in Texas and up in Michigan, Indiana, Ohio. Lots of rain. The entire east coast of the U.S. filled with rain. That's going to be the same on Sunday, but with no, at this point, tornado activity. At this point. Now, we did have a couple of EF0 tornadoes, which aren't very scary. Probably walked through them. We had 2 today, one at 3:52, one at 6:01, one here in Colorado, and one in, let's see if I get it right. Yep, I got it right. And one in Iowa. I keep calling that Indiana, don't I? My apologies. All right, finally, hopefully Jerome's around. Let me see if I can find my phone. It's got to be charged. Oh. Shit. Alright, I do apologize. Looks like I missed some calls, perhaps from Jerome. Jerome, if you would do us the pleasure, please call in and see if you have something for us. Still on my phone, did not charge. Very strange. Mr. Jerome? Mr. Jerome?
Yes, sir.
Hey, it's James Coppin with World News Report Today. Hey, we're hoping, we're live here. I need your permission to take you live.
You have it, sir.
All right, we're hoping that you might help us with maybe a Bible verse.
I got a couple.
All right, what I am going to do is make sure this is plugged in real quick, so give me 1 second.
All the time in the world, brother.
Okay. I've been a lot better with a few vodkas in me, but
Yeah, I hear you.
But that ain't happening right now. So
That's a good thing, brother.
all right, so you are good to go.
I'm at Isaiah chapter 4. I'm gonna do 40 and 41.
All right, let me get
Chapter 40.
let me get there, sir.
ISAIAH.
Yes, 40 and 41.
Yes.
All right.
You start off at 40.
Okay, yes, sir. We're gonna do an IV. I know you're gonna probably read something difficult.
You go. You do whatever you want, brother.
All right. Mine starts. Comfort, comfort my people, says our God.
Speak ye comfortably to Jerusalem, and cry unto her that her warfare is accomplished, that her iniquity is pardoned, for she hath received the Lord's hand double for all her sins. The voice of him that crieth in the wilderness, prepareth ye the way of the Lord, make straight in the desert a highway for our God. Every valley shall be exalted, every mountain and hill shall be made low, and the crooked shall be made straight, and the rough places plain. And the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together, for the mouth of the Lord hath spoken it. The voice said, cry, and he said, what shall I cry? All flesh is grass, and all goodliness thereof is as the flower of the field. The grass withereth, the flower fadeth, because the Spirit of the Lord bloweth upon it. Surely the people is grass. The grass withereth, the flower fadeth, but the word of our God shall stand forever. Zion, that bringeth good tidings, get thee up unto the high mountain, O Jerusalem, that bringeth good tidings. Lift up thy voice with strength. Lift it up, be not afraid. Say unto the cities of Judah, behold your God. Behold, the Lord God will come with a strong hand. His arm shall rule for him. Behold, his reward is with him, and his work before him. He shall feed his flock like a shepherd. He shall gather the lambs with his arm, and carry them in his bosom, and shall gently lead those that are with young. Who hath measured the waters in the hollow of his hand, and meted out heaven with the span, and comprehended the dust of the earth in a measure, and weighed the mountains in the scales, and the hills in the balance? Who hath directed the Spirit of the Lord, or being his counselor hath taught him? With whom he took counsel, and who instructed him, and taught him in the path of judgment, and taught him knowledge, and showed him the way of understanding? Behold, the nations are as a drop of bucket, and are counted as small dust in the balance. Behold, he taketh up the isles as a very little thing, and Lebanon is not sufficient to burn, nor the beast thereof sufficient for the burnt offering. All nations before him are as nothing, and they are counted to him less than nothing, and vanity. To whom then will ye liken God? Or what likeness will ye compare unto him? The workman melteth a graven image, and the goldsmith spreadeth it over with gold, and casteth silver change. He that is so impoverished that hath no obligation chooseth a tree that will not rot. He speaketh unto him a cunning workman to prepare a graven image that shall not be moved. Have ye not known? Have ye not heard? Hath it not been told you from the beginning? Have ye not understood from the foundations of the earth? It is he that sitteth upon the circle of the earth, and the inhabitants thereof are as grasshoppers. He stretcheth out the heavens as a curtain, and spreadeth them out as a tent to dwell in. He bringeth the princes to nothing. He maketh the judges of the earth as vanity. Yea, they shall not be planted. Yea, they shall not be sown. Their stock shall not take root in the earth. And he shall also blow upon them, and they shall wither, and the whirlwind shall take them away as stubble. To whom then will ye liken me? Or shall I be equal, saith the Holy One? Lift up your eyes on high, and behold, who hath created these things, that bringeth out their hosts by number, and calleth them by names, by the greatness of his might, for that he is strong in power, not one faileth. Why sayest thou, O Jacob, and speaketh, O Israel, my way is hid from the Lord, and my judgment is passed over from my God? Hast thou not known, that thou hast heard, that that the everlasting God, the Lord of the Creator of the ends of the earth, fainteth not, neither is weary? There is no searching in his understanding. He giveth power to the faint, and to them that have no might he increaseth strength. Even the young shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fall. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up on wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. Keep silence before me, O islands, and let the people renew their strength. Let them come near, let them speak. Let us come near together to judgment. Who raised up the righteous man from the east, called him to his foot, gave him nations before him, and made him rule over kings? He gave them as dust to the sword, and as driven stubble to his bow. He pursued them and passed safely, even by the way that he had not gone with his feet. Who hath wrought and done it, calling the generations from the beginning. I, the Lord, the first and with the last. I am he. The isles saw it and feared, and the ends of the earth were afraid, drew near and came. They helped everyone to his neighbor, and everyone said to his brother, be of good courage. So the carpenter encouraged the goldsmith, and he that smootheth with the hammer, him that smote the anvil, saying, is it ready for the soldering? And he fastened it with nails, that it should not be moved. But thou, Israel, my servant Jacob, whom I have chosen, the seed of Abraham, my friend, thou whom I have taken from the ends of the earth, and called thee from the chief men thereof, and said unto thee, thou art my servant, I have chosen thee, I have not cast thee away. Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. I will strengthen thee, yea, I will help thee. Yea, I will uphold thee with thy right hand of my righteousness. Behold, all they that were incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded. They shall be as nothing. They that strive with thee shall perish. Thou shalt seek them and shall not find them. Even them that condemned with thee, that contended with thee, that war against thee, shall be as nothing, and as the thing of naught. For I, the Lord God, will hold thy right hand, saying unto thee, fear not, I will help thee. Fear not, thou worm Jacob, and ye men of Israel, I will help thee, saith the Lord, thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. Behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument, having teeth. Thou shalt thresh the mountains, and beat them small, and shall make the hills as chaff. Thou shalt fan them with the wind, shall carry them away, and the whirlwind shall scatter them. And thou shalt rejoice in the Lord, and thou shalt glory in the Holy One of Israel. When the poor and the needy seek water, and there is none, and their tongue faileth for thirst, I, the Lord, will hear them. I, the God of Israel, will not forsake them. I will open up rivers in high places, and fountains in the midst of the valleys. I will make the wilderness a pool of water, and the dry land springs of water. I will plant in the wilderness the cedar, the shittim tree, and the myrtle, and the olive tree. And I will set in the desert the fir tree, and the pine, and the box tree together, that they may see and know and consider and understand together that the hand of the Lord hath done this, and the Holy One of Israel hath created it. Produce your cause, saith the Lord. Bring forth your strong reasons, saith the King of Jacob. Let them bring forth and show us what shall happen. Let them show the former things, what they be, and what we may consider them, and know the latter end of them. For declare us things for to come. Show the things that are to come hereafter, that we may know that ye are gods. Yea, do good or do evil, that we may be dismayed and behold it together. Behold, ye are nothing, and your work of naught. An abomination is he that chooseth you. I have raised up one from the north, and he shall come. From the rising of the sun shall he call upon my name, and he shall come upon princes and upon mortar, and as a potter treadeth clay, who hath declared from the beginning, that we may know, and before time, that we may say, he is righteous. Yea, there is none that showeth. Yea, there is none that declareth. Yea, there is none that heareth your words. The first shall say to Zion, behold, behold them, and I will give to Jerusalem one that bringeth good tidings. For I beheld, and there was no man, even among them, and there was no counselor, when I asked of them, could answer a word. Behold, they are all vanity. Their works are nothing. Their molded image are wind and confusion. Behold, my servant whom I upheld, my elect, in whom my soul delighteth. I have put my spirit upon him. That's why he said in 41:4 that he is the first and he is with the last. He shall bring forth judgment to the Gentiles. He shall not cry, nor lift up, nor cause his voice to be heard in the street. A bruised reed he shall not break, and the smoking flax shall he not quench. He shall bring forth judgment unto truth. He shall not fail, nor be discouraged, till he have set judgment in the earth, and the isles shall wait for his law. Thus said the Lord God, he created the heavens and stretched them out. He has spread forth the earth, and that which come out of it. He had given breath unto the people upon it, and spirit to them that walk therein. I, the Lord, have called thee in righteousness, and I will hold thy hand, and will keep thee, and will give thee for a covenant of the people, for a light of the Gentiles, to open the blind eyes, to bring out the prisoners from the prison, and them that sit in the darkness out of the prison house. I am the Lord, that is my name. My glory will I not give to another, neither my praise to graven images. Behold, the former things are come to pass, and the new things I do declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you them. Sing unto the Lord a new song, and his praise from the end of the earth. Ye that go down to the sea, and all that is therein, the isles, and the inhabitants thereof. Let the wilderness and the cities thereof lift up their voice, and the villages of Kedar doth inhabit. Let the inhabitants of the rocks sing. Let them shout to the tops of the mountains. Let them give glory to the Lord, and declare his praise in the islands. The Lord shall go forth as a mighty man. He shall stir up jealousy like a man of war. He shall cry, yea, roar. He shall prevail against his enemies. I have long time holden my peace. I have been still, and I have refrained myself. Now I will cry like a traveling woman. I will destroy and devour at once. I will make waste mountains and hills, and dry up their herbs, and make their rivers of islands, and I will dry up the pools, and I will bring the blind by a way they knew not. I will lead them in the paths that they have not known. I will make darkness light before them, and the crooked things straight. These things will I do unto them, and not forsake them. They shall be turned back. They shall be greatly ashamed that the trust in graven images, that they say to molten images, ye are gods. Hear ye deaf, and look ye blind, that ye may see. Who is blind but my servant, or deaf as my messenger that I sent? Who is blind as he that is perfect, and blind as the Lord's servant, seeing many things, but thou observest not, opening the ears, but he heareth not. The Lord is well pleased for his righteousness' sake. He will magnify the law and make it honorable. But this is the people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey, and none delivereth, for a spoil, and none restore. Who among you will give ear to this? Who will hearken and hear for the time to come? For who gave Jacob for a spoil, and Israel to the robbers? Did not the Lord, he against whom we have sinned? For they would not walk in his ways, neither would they obedient to his law. Therefore he hath poured upon him the fury of his anger. And the strength of battle, and it has set him upon fire round about, yet he knew not, and it burned him, and he laid it not to heart. Yeah, that's where we're at right now.
So, great read, Jerome.
Yeah.
God bless you.
It's a great time. But there's still much to do, and very little time to do it.
Well,
It'll be done, trust me. If he said it, it'll happen. Because God don't make mistakes. He makes heroes from zeros. And either you're for him or against him. There's no in between. And you can walk that fine line if you want to, and you can worship the things of this world. But we're not of this world. We never have been. None of us. We're all called to be in his image, in the light, in his love. in his teachings, not the world. Anything of the world, if we love anything of the world, then he is not in us. And it all comes from within. Oh, that's why they persecuted all the Gnostics. The real teaching is in the Gnostics, and in the altar, your heart and the mind, and the stairway to the mind, to the pineal gland, the doorway to the supernatural. That's how you get enlightened. Look within. That's what Christ told Thomas. Look within. The secret is within you. Every one of us, the secret is within you. The power is within each one of us.
Well, hey, thank you, man.
Yeah. Love you, brother.
God bless you, man.
He does every day.
Hey.
And I want to walk the walk and talk the talk.
Great to hear your voice. I hope everyone enjoyed that and got something from it.
I love every one of you. Wake up, know who you are in him. Because I'm telling you, time is short.
Time is getting very short. I agree. Well, hey, but let's keep it on a positive note. And I want to thank everyone for joining us tonight. I want to thank Joan for a wonderful read. And I want to declare this as the uptick into 90 to 120 days of heck. And I speak only because of what I learned here as far as, well, planetary situations in our solar system, and what I believe, not I believe, but what experts have determined should be happening over the next 120 days. We're going to go through, well, some serious earthquake and solar activity. So buckle up, buttercups. We'll see y'all tomorrow. God bless you guys. If anyone can help us with a cup of coffee, please do. Super chats. All the chats. Super thanks. Greatly appreciated. It goes to more than good use. It goes to making sure we have a good sound system like we do now. So thank you all. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you, Jerome, sir. And we'll hopefully see y'all back tomorrow, God willing. Thank you, sir.